Hey all, this is Sharif with you. Uh, how to get your licensing issues solved and whatnot. Um, First thing we have to get out of the way is the licensing. If you haven't done so, once you've downloaded and installed Vivado, go ahead and open up Vivado, and you're going to go to Help, and then you're going to come down to Manage License. Once you've done that, the Vivado License Manager will open up for you. You're going to go to a license, and then you're going to click Connect Now. This should direct you to the Xilinx webpage for you to sign in. If you haven't made an account yet, go ahead and do that. And then you're going to go ahead and log in with your information. Alright, click Sign In. It's going to ask you to verify your information, make sure it's all correct. Go ahead and click Next on that. Once you've done that, it's going to ask you to select the license. If you bought a voucher code, go ahead and put that voucher code in and then select redeem. That way you can use it for your board. If you don't have a voucher code and you just want to go with the free license, go ahead and select the ISE Webpack license. Once you selected that, click Generate Node Lock License. And then it's going to ask you right here to generate the node lock license. The system information for the ISE Webpack license, your host ID, it's going to select one by default. If you have a voucher one, I'm going to go ahead and show you that in just a second. Verify the license that you want, click next. Once you do that, it's going to tell you that it's successful. Email the license to the email that's under this the Xilinx account. Go ahead and check your email and download the file. Now, if you have voucher code, you're going to do the same thing by putting in your code, selecting it on the previous page. Once you've selected it, it's also going to open up, or it's a node lock license. Once you generate your node lock license, it's going to ask you to select your host. Make sure you select the first host, which is your hard disk. In my case, it's the name of my computer with a 64-bit Windows operating system. It's a hard disk, and I guess it's a serial number. And click Next. Verify your information, click Next. And it will also do the same thing, give you a message and tell you send to your email. Next thing you're going to do is obviously go to your email and download that LIC file. Once you've downloaded it and saved it somewhere on your desktop, you're going to come back to the Vivado License Manager. Go ahead and close this. We just wanted that to direct us to the Xilinx login page. Then you're going to come here to Load License, and then you're going to select this option to copy the license. And go ahead and locate your .lic file. In my case, I have it in my Dropbox. Click Open, and you've successfully added your .lic file. If you've done that correctly, then when you start working with Vivado, it'll verify all that information. If not, try selecting another host ID. If you still run into issues, just come talk to me and I'll help you out. So once we've done that, we'll go ahead and close the Vivado License Manager. We're going to come back here to Vivado and begin setting up our project. So go ahead and select Create New Project. Click Next. Once you've done all of that, once you've clicked Next, go ahead and give your project a name and go ahead and choose a location of where you'd like to save your project. Make sure you select RTL project and make sure you uncheck Do Not Specify Sources at this time. Then click Next. Here is where we're going to create our VHDL file. Now, make sure before you do anything that your target language and simulator language are both VHDL. Not Verilog, but VHDL. Once you've done that, go ahead and create your file. Give it a name. I'm going to give my VHDL file the name of Project 1. I choose the location, Project 1, and then click OK. Make sure you've added it in there, then click Next. For our purposes, we're not going to use the IP thing, the IP option, so we're going to click Next. The constraints file. Now this file can only be downloaded from the Digilent website. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and Google search it, or go to the Basys3 website. Just Google Basys3. The first link, which will take you to the Digilent web page. You're going to scroll all the way down. So let me scroll all the way down, and you're going to select this one, the Basys3 master XDC file for Vivado designs. Go ahead and click download, and then go ahead and save it wherever you would like on your desktop. In my case, I saved it on my desktop. Now this, go ahead and extract it on your desktop or wherever you would want to. Once you've extracted it, go ahead and add the file in the XDC file. Then click and make sure copy constraints file into the project. Once you've done that, you're going to select your part. So the first thing you want to do is go to speed. Make sure it's at -1. The temp rate is at C, and the package is at CPG6. That's going to give you 3 different parts. Make sure you select the second one, which has 90 DSPS and 50 block RAMs and 41600 flip-flops and 20,800 LUT elements. Once you've selected that, go ahead and click Next. And now you are ready to set up your project and start coding. So go ahead and click the project. And then it brings you here. Now you want to this is where you I guess kind of start designing the basics of your VHDL file. Since this lab we just have inputs and outputs of just switch on and switch off for the LEDs. I'm just gonna do mine in data flow as we've learned in class. And for this tutorial, I'm just gonna go ahead and do one switch and one LED, and then you guys can do the rest. So I'm gonna go ahead and assign one input and one output. So one switch, one LED, and I'm gonna name my architecture data flow. And I'm gonna click OK. Alright, so go ahead and just open up the VHDL file. So as you can see here, I already have my switch and LED already declared in my entity. Once I've done that, I can go ahead and begin my code. So in this case, I'm doing just one LED. Oops. And that's it. Since I'm doing it in data flow, just have switch 0 going to LED 0. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to come here to my file and make sure that I've enabled the switch and LED that I want to use. So since we're only using switches and LEDs, and I'm only using one switch and one LED, I'm going to go ahead and uncomment one switch. Now I'm taking off these brackets and curly braces because I've already named my switch something else, and I would like it to correspond with what I've named it. Same thing goes with my LED. So I'm going to go ahead and just uncomment one switch and one LED. Alright, once I've done that, make sure that they're both uncommented and ready to be used. I'm going to save my constraints file. My code has been set up. And now I'm ready to program my code to my FPGA. So after you've done all of this, this is where everyone's, I guess, having a lot of trouble, but this is what you need to do, and you have to pay very close attention to this. Otherwise, you may get a lot of errors, you may get a lot of warnings. Depends on what you've done. Let me indent there. All right, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to synthesis settings. Once you open up the synthesis settings, you're going to go down to bitstream, and you're going to check off the -bin underscore file. Click apply, click OK. Once you've done that, go ahead and run your. So it'll just take a moment for it to run. Let's go ahead and check and log what it's doing. So when you're running your synthesis, it's going to check for your license file. If it doesn't find your license file, it will give you an error and tell you I cannot see your license file. So make sure that it goes through that. If it doesn't go through that and you have an issue with your license file, as I mentioned earlier, make sure you select another host ID to generate a different license file. If you still encounter trouble or issues with that, just come to me and I'll help you work that out. So we're gonna go ahead and just wait on this thing to synthesize. All right, the synthesis has been completed. Once it's been completed, you're gonna go ahead and come here to open synthesized sign and click OK. All right, so it shows a schematic of what's going on. Anyways, after you've done that, you're gonna go up here to Tools. Oops, and then you're gonna please. You're gonna come right here where it says Enable Bitstream Compression. Make sure that's set to True. Then you're gonna come to Configuration. Make sure you come down and select it at 33 megahertz. And then under Connection Modes, you're gonna go down and you're gonna select master SPI times 4 and click OK. Once you've completed that, you're gonna scroll down here on the flow navigator and you're going to select generate bitstream. But your code. So I'm gonna go ahead and yes, make sure you save project before generating bitstream. Save. Yeah, select that. You may not have that pop up. So right now it checked that the synthesis was completed, so now it's initializing the design and it's going to go ahead and generate the bitstream. Just gonna wait. You can skip this part of the video if you'd like, just to see what would happen next. But I'm sure you're gonna run into the same wait time as me. You can see what's going on as it's generating the bitstream in the log over here. And it's almost done. By the way, with my experience so far, there's a lot of, not a lot, but I always encounter into warnings, and I think also another one of our classmates has been encountering warnings, and I don't know what the issue with that is, but I'm gonna keep looking into it. Now, now let's go ahead and move on to this. Now, if it's completed generating the bitstream, you're gonna see that here it's already generated a .bin and a .bit file. If that's done correctly, it'll tell you that it's completed successfully. Once you've completed that, you're gonna go ahead and select Open Hardware Manager, and then click OK. No, I don't want to take a survey. Now, this is where we're gonna actually go ahead and show you how to do that. But you're gonna go ahead and take your Basys3 and plug it in. Go ahead and turn on my camera. Give me just a second. Okay. So here is the FPGA, and before I power it on, the first thing that needs to be done is, if you see right over here, there is a jumper. You want to take this jumper out. Oops, that's not a good idea. Go ahead and pull this jumper. By default, it's set in flash mode or flash programming mode, which is the first two pins. You want to take the jumper and you want to put it in the second and third pin, right in the middle. Right, because we're going to go ahead and program this device. So once you've done that, you can go ahead and switch to FPGA. All right. So then now you're going to come over here to open a new target in your hardware manager. And you click open new target. I'm going to click next. Make sure you connect to your local server. In my case, the target is on a local machine. Click next. And here is my target, my hardware. First thing you want to do is change your JTAG clock frequency to 30 megahertz. Once you've done that, make sure it's this device. Click next, then click finish. Okay. And it's going to try to go ahead and refresh everything. Then you're going to come up here to program device. Click on program device. It's going to ask you which device you want to program. It's the only device we're working on. And then this pop-up window saying program device is going to open up for you. Now, by default, it's going to go ahead and select your .bit file. If it doesn't select your .bit file, go ahead and search for it under wherever you set up your project file, and it tells you right here it's going to be in the .runs file, then under implementation _1, then select the .bit. Once you've done that, go ahead and click program, and now it's going to program the device. So if it completed successfully, we're going to go ahead and check that one of our switches works. Oh, there it goes. Now if I select switch 2, it's not going to turn on because I've only programmed one switch. Now, our program completed successfully. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this off. Now, one thing that's important that one of our classmates, Justin, told me the other day, if you want to have it programmed permanently, like let's say you shut off the FPGA and then you unplug it and then you want to run it again somewhere else, you have to do just an extra step to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. So we've programmed our device, but we want to flash it to where we want to use it wherever. So you're going to come over here and you're going to right click on the device, our target, and you're going to right click and then select add configuration memory device. It's going to open up this window and you're going to type in the search bar spansion, just like that. And then you're going to select the first one where it has S25FL032P-SPI. And make sure that the density is 32 megabytes, but it's the first one. And then you click OK. Ask if you want to program configuration memory device now. You select OK. And it's gonna ask you for the .bin file here. You're gonna go look for it. So you're gonna select this, and wherever you have your projects, gonna go to .runs, implementation _1, and then the .bin file. Then click OK. Make sure you apply it, and click OK. That's gonna go ahead and start flashing it. Just give it a moment. Alright, and that's going to say Flash programming completed successfully. And click OK. Now, go ahead and shut it off by turning off the power switch. And then you're going to come back to your jumper, like we did initially, to program it, and you're going to set it back to its default mode, which is just the first 2 pins. That way, you have it set up to where anytime you turn it on, it'll do whatever program was last programmed on it. So then if I switch it on, and I want to check that that switch is still working, still is. Alright, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me in class. I've also provided some notes, I guess step-by-step procedure for Professor Tippens, and has my contact information there. Otherwise, just let me know if you have any questions or run into any trouble, and I'll be more than gladly to help you out. Alright guys, thanks for watching.